Hi guys, I hope you're well. Charlotte here again, under the Severn Bridge. Let me just turn the camera. You can see that. There it is. If you haven't watched the previous few videos, then you probably won't know that this is where I am at the moment. Just focus on the bridge. Take it to the bridge! Okay, don't, that's fine. You get the picture. I'm under the Severn Bridge, which separates England, that way, from Wales, back that way. And I'm on this little kind of peninsula, I suppose, which is actually technically in England, but if you follow the river up that way, which is west, that will take you along the border between England and Wales, which is where I'm located. Very lovely place to live, and I'm pleased to be here, although there is a storm a-brewing, so I'm going to have to batten down the hatches and get back to somewhere at some point. So I've been reading some poems and posting them. A few months ago, off the cuff, I recorded a video which was actually very long, so I'm sorry about that. And some people did actually listen to it, and one of my subscribers actually had to run the video through some specific software apparently because it was so quiet, and I'm sorry about that, but I thought I would take the opportunity to start posting some of my poems separately so you could hear them without having to listen to something exceeding 10 minutes. So here is my rather scruffy copy of I want to call it a manuscript, but I'm not sure if that counts if it's a typed one, but this is Let in the Light, which is collection of poetry that I wrote around the age of 6. Oh no, don't lose the one I was about to read. From around the ages of sort of 17 to 18 mostly. Aha! So I've read a few poems and they're all a little bit dark and gory, I think, but you know, you have to let that part of you out. And it's not that I'm a dark, gory person, it's that I'm observing the darkness and the gore in the world around me and making comment upon them in writing, which I think is a rather good way of dealing with things. Anyway, this is called A Cycle of Hate, and it was probably, in fact I know it was inspired by doing a little bit of American history when I was at secondary school. That's like kind of high school equivalent if you're based anywhere outside of the UK. And I had read some kind of like Maya Angelou, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, that kind of stuff, and touched upon slavery. So this is called A Cycle of Hate, and when I wrote it, it was with the notion of being in servitude, enslaved, in mind, specifically as sort of like a slave taken from Africa and placed in America. So that was how I was envisioning this. Now it has taken on a completely different kind of meaning for me, but it is one that is, I feel, pertinent. The messages in this poem are still pertinent, but they are from a different perspective. Okay, so here it goes. A cycle of hate. There is somewhere the soul of some unfettered slave who has cowered in the shadow of a white nave, with blistered hands and burnished limbs, whose heart, as the days pass, slowly dims, till its singing motion of pumping stops, and the leaden scythe in his weak grip drops to the parched and grating ground. A captive life expires as amber dawn greets day. To the hostile golden air, a black man's life has slipped away. But the voices call, my angel, come. A gilded heaven lies above your wilted body and those pain-filled eyes. I got a little shiver then, like a little warm shiver. Southern ribbon sunsets stretch across the driven land in shades of rose and lilac, but the fields rest now, unmanned. There are out there unnumbered souls of forgotten men and women, who have cowered in the blackest shadows of white naves, with blistered hands and burnished limbs, whose hearts, while the years pass, slowly dim, as the singing expression of unity stops, and the lead-like burden of freedom drops, and the cruelty begins again. Now, I seem to feel the need to clear my throat. So there's something in that there. Seeing as these poor people who have been subject to tyranny would probably have never had the opportunity to have been heard. I'm just having some water. So that's something that's very important to me, because I feel there's a lot of people who have suffered whatever kind of offence and probably have been silenced, or at least have not been heard, but in the worst case scenario may have been silenced. So I empathise with that. Yes, so I think I should probably move on to another poem, shouldn't I? But this is what it looks like on the page, and I think I'm going to have to just put these together and publish them, aren't I, guys? Maybe I could sell them on my YouTube channel. There's lots of things that I started and had to put aside over the last 23 years, but I've not been deterred. In fact, I'm more motivated than ever now, and I'm enjoying rediscovering myself. Yeah. On to the next one.